There's a talk I give, it's called the 900 months performance of a lifetime, and it gets a good reaction. The first reaction people realise when I explain to them that your average life expectancy is 900 months and you sleep 300, which leaves you 600. So depending on where you are in life, but somewhere like me, you've half those left. So maybe you have 150 months left, 150 waking months. That's the first thing. People talk about time and time management, and time is moving so fast. It's not actually. Hang off a cliff for 4 or 5 minutes. Hang off a chin-up bar for 4 or 5 minutes without letting go. Defy yourself. Defy the stories you're telling yourself. Time is 60 seconds in every minute. Every minute has 60 seconds and always will have. Every hour has 60 minutes and always will have. There are 168 hours in every week, and that never changes. It's what we choose to fill our time with that matters. So let's challenge the belief that time is moving fast. It hasn't. Maybe the only thing that has become fast-paced and unstable isn't time, it's your mind. What if we were to calm our mind? What if we were to fill our time, or minute, or hour with something that's more true to what makes us happy, more mindful, more conscious of being in the moment? And then that brings you to the exciting challenge of thinking about, now that you know you have 150 non-working waking moments left, what would you like to achieve with those? The human spirit is something that each one of us is born with, and we're born with an abundance of the human spirit. From the moment we're born, we have it. We don't have to earn it, we don't have to deserve it. It's given to us as a free gift. So what is the human spirit? Well, if you imagine a young baby in those early months, in those early years, as it grows and develops, the human spirit is what allows the child to get off the floor and begin to learn how to walk. And as it starts to grow, as it starts to challenge itself to go after what it wants. Nobody tells the baby you need to walk. It has this internal force, this internal spirit that wants progression, that wants to evolve. And once it sees what it wants, it allows the love of what it wants to be stronger than the fear of failure. So it risks getting up. Lesson number 1, always allow the love of what you want to be your driving force. Once the baby starts to stand up, it discovers very quickly it hasn't the right strategy. It falls. It falls once or twice. And every time it does, it gets back up. It gets back up because the human spirit at its very core, when allowed to be what it's meant to be and do what it's meant to do, is extremely resilient. The human spirit is one of the most resilient capabilities on this planet. You are extremely resilient. As long as you fill your heart with the things you love, as long as you continue to pursue the things that you love and worry less about what other people think, you have the ability to bounce back. The third piece we learn about the baby is it adapts. It falls, it gets back up, it changes, it adapts. It has an incredible ability to adapt. And in psychology, the definition of intelligence is the ability to adapt. We are all highly intelligent. We are capable beings who can adapt to any situation. When you allow yourself to be what you were meant to be and do what you're meant to do, when you allow yourself to be you. Another interesting point about the little baby is when he discovers himself in the mirror. In that early phase where finally the baby develops the ability to see himself, to realize who or she is, they're fascinated. They're fascinated by what they see. They can't look away, intrigued, amazed. They fill themselves with excitement because they can see their potential. They can see their beauty. What they don't see is that maybe they're a little bit overweight. Maybe they have very little hair, no job prospects, no money. They don't see that. They see potential. So just think about that little baby as they look in the mirror, and the amazement and wonder and curiosity and love and inspiration that they see. Now think of when you look in the mirror. When you look in the mirror for 60 seconds, what is it you feel? What are the things you allow yourself to say about yourself? And do you sometimes say things about yourself that you wouldn't say to that little baby? And if so, why? What's the belief you hold about yourself that allows you to say those things about yourself? What if you truly cared for yourself? What if you really loved yourself? What are the stories you'd be willing to challenge? As the baby grows and develops, there's infinite possibilities that are available to this infinite human spirit. We have to choose careers, we choose relationships, we choose lots of different things. And if you choose something because it's in your heart, because you're passionate about it, because you love it, you can seldom go wrong. If you choose a career or choose a relationship because in paper or on paper or in the mind it seems right, if you choose something because other people think it's the right thing to do, you can often find yourself being let down. So we make choices. Maybe a very simple way in any big decision to make, a simple way to guide yourself is asked, if I really love myself, if I really backed myself, what would the best version of me do right now? Any decision based on love and self-respect will be the right decision. Any decision based on fear or self-comparison has a less likely chance to turn out as a good decision. And finally, we roll on. And that puts a little bit of pressure on us, because now this infinite baby with this infinite potential to do incredible things, there's a little bit of pressure on us now. What can we possibly achieve in life that will make this baby proud? What's good enough? How many Olympic medals do I need to win? How many world championships? I work with athletes who became obsessive about medals, about goals, about targets. How many businesses do I need to lead and build before it was enough? So for me, it's very important that in life we have measures of success. Otherwise, we don't know what we're achieving. What is it that success looks and feels like for you? And how will you know when you've arrived at it? If you're trying to rely on someone else's definition of success, again, you may often be feeling left down by the time you arrive at that. It doesn't feel right. Of course it doesn't feel right, because it's not yours. So define success. For me, a definition of success I use is at the end of my 900 months, or maybe even shorter, because we don't control time, but we do control what we do at that time. My definition of success is that at the end of my 900 months, I will come face to face with that baby self who believed in me, who thought I was beautiful, who thought I could do great things, and wanted only two things in life: to love and be loved. And when I come face to face with that baby self, the only question that will matter, the only definition of success that will mean anything, is will that baby self be proud of the person that I became? Will they be proud of the decisions I made, the actions I took, the things I was willing to go after? And maybe a question for today is, if you came face to face with your baby self right now, would they be proud of the person they've become? And whatever the answer to that is, today is a new day to start again. What could you do today that would make that little baby a little bit prouder and a little bit more happy, because you still contain that infinite human spirit? You still have the capability to be what you're meant to be and do what you're meant to do once you accept and embrace your infinite potential. If and when we start to bring more self-compassion, when we start to compare ourselves less to other people, and allow things that ignite our heart to be the things that guide our journey and our discoveries, we'll find that life becomes a lot simpler. We chase a success that is deeply meaningful now, but deeply meaningful to us and not to anybody else. When we ignite and activate our human spirit, we realize that the human spirit has an infinite capability to love, to forgive, to grow, and to develop. We are infinite beings. Yes, we may be housed in a finite physical body, but our spiritual being, our essence of light, that inner spark that brought the baby alive, that told him what to do, that guided all his decisions, that allowed him to look in the mirror and feel so proud of the person, that inner spark of life, which is our spirit, is infinite. Fitness and wellness absolutely require that we mind and take care of this physical body that carries our infinite spirit. But more importantly, I believe that to be truly alive, to be truly the person that we are created to be, we need to embrace, harness, and awaken our human spirit and allow ourselves to be who we're meant to be and do what we're meant to do.